Would you still study for the MCAT if medical school suddenly disappeared tomorrow? Think about it. If your answer is yes, you're being driven by intrinsic motivation. If your answer is absolutely not, then you're probably motivated by extrinsic rewards, like becoming a doctor, making money, or helping patients. Believe it or not, that one question covers one of the highest yield psychology topics on the MCAT. Today, I'm going to teach you motivation and attitudes in under 6 minutes. And by the end, you'll actually remember it. Motivation is simply why we do what we do, the force behind our actions, desires, and needs. The notes divide motivation into intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Think of it like this. Imagine it's a Saturday morning. Nobody made you get up. Nobody is paying you. Nobody is giving you extra credit. But you decided to play basketball because you genuinely enjoy it. That's intrinsic motivation. Now, imagine your parents tell you, if you score above a 515 on the MCAT, we'll buy you a new car. Suddenly, you're studying because of the reward. That's extrinsic motivation. Here's the trick. Intrinsic equals internal. Extrinsic equals external. The MCAT loves testing those two. Now, let's talk about instincts. Think about baby sea turtles. The moment they hatch, they automatically crawl towards the sea. Nobody teaches them. That's instinct. It's an inborn behavior that's automatic across species. The notes also point out that instincts are more controversial in humans because culture and learning influence us so much. This is one of my favorite theories because everyone experiences it every day. Picture yourself sitting in the library studying. After 4 hours, your stomach starts growling. You're thirsty. Your head hurts. Why? Because your body's internal balance, called homeostasis, has been disturbed. That uncomfortable feeling is called a drive. When you eat, the drive disappears. When you drink, the thirst disappears. Drive reduction theory says we're motivated to reduce those uncomfortable drives and return our bodies to homeostasis. The notes distinguish primary biological drives like hunger and thirst from secondary drives, such as money and prestige. Now, imagine someone asks, "What's your biggest life goal?" You might say, "I want to become a physician." But if you haven't eaten in 3 days, you probably aren't thinking about medical school anymore. You're thinking about food. That's exactly what Maslow's hierarchy of needs says. First comes physiological needs, then safety, then love and belonging, then esteem, finally self-actualization. One important MCAT point from the notes, Maslow's theory is influential, but it has been criticized for lacking strong empirical support. Have you ever taken a practice exam when you were completely exhausted? Terrible score. Then maybe you've taken one while panicking so much you couldn't even think. Also terrible. According to the Yerkes-Dodson Law, your best performance happens in the middle. Not bored, not overwhelmed, just enough stress to stay focused. Now, let's switch to attitudes. The easiest way to remember attitudes is with A, B, C. A equals affective, how you feel, like I love coffee. B is behavioral, what you do. I drink coffee every morning. And C is cognitive, what you think or know. I know caffeine helps me stay awake. Same topic, 3 different pieces of your attitude. Now here's a classic MCAT scenario. Someone says smoking causes cancer, but they smoke every day. Their beliefs and actions don't match. That uncomfortable mental tension is called cognitive dissonance. Instead of quitting, they might say, "My grandfather smoked until he was 90. They're changing their thoughts to reduce the discomfort instead of changing their behavior. The notes list this as a key application of the cognitive dissonance theory. Finally, how do people change their minds? The notes describe two routes. The central route is careful thinking. You examine evidence, you compare facts, the attitude changes tends to last longer. The peripheral route is based on shortcuts. A celebrity ad, a catchy slogan, or a polished commercial. It's faster, but the attitude change is usually less stable. Now, before you go, here's your 30-second MCAT review. Intrinsic, internal enjoyment. Extrinsic, external rewards. Drive reduction, restore homeostasis. Central route, logic and evidence. Peripheral route, surface cues and emotions. If you can explain all the topics without looking at your notes, you're in great shape for the MCAT Psychology section.